Hey everyone, Robert Nixon here with the Antisocial Rewind. I'm sitting here with Mike Ball, the general manager of North Island Nissan. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Mike Ball, general manager of North Island Nissan.
It's quite nice in here. I've never been in here before. First time meeting him.
Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
There was only one client spot out there. I pulled in and I was like, I can't take the only client parking spot that's empty. So I went out and parked on the road.
Oh, you didn't have to do that? That's
no,
okay.
I know. I didn't want to take it.
Yeah, busy though.
In case it was
like
real
that.
clients. Yeah, exactly. So you're the general manager and you're also a business partner at Nissan, correct?
Correct, yep.
How long have you been with Nissan?
Since 2014. Yeah, we took over in 2014.
So 5 years, over 5 years.
5 years, just coming up on 6. So, yeah.
Neat. What can you tell me about when you took it over and the partnership and stuff?
I'm partners with Carl Ebdrup, who you know, and Steve Marshall, and it's been going great. I've worked with them since I started in the car business, and it's the first couple of years were a struggle, but we got things on the map and things are rolling now.
Sort of had to turn it around a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. It was, I'd gone through a couple of owners in the 4 years it's been a Nissan store. But since we took over, it's been fun.
Yeah. Did you work at Ford before then? Where did you start?
I started at Ford at 19 years of age.
Yeah.
And selling cars there for about 5 years. And then moved over to the Honda store in 2007, I believe it was. And was there for 7 years. Yeah, doing the sales manager, general manager thing there. And then this opportunity came up and we jumped on it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, you said 19. So you've been in car sales for a while. Is that your first job?
Pretty much. I mean, I'd had a few jobs working at, I worked at Sports Experts, Intersport, a few other jobs like that. Went to college to get an accounting degree and did a summer at Chan Noasad and Boats and went, I can't be an accountant. This is not for me.
Wasn't that kind of Aaron, obviously Aaron Welsh?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of his story too? He did something in school for
very
accounting
similar.
or business management or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Or no, not business management, but something like that. And then he was like, no.
Yeah. But it's funny because I use a lot of the stuff I learned every day. So
you still use it.
It's all good stuff.
It's just the hard, straight numbers that probably would get pretty redundant.
And sitting in front of a computer all day, couldn't handle it.
That's what I like about real estate too, is you're not always in front of a computer. You definitely have to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to come to places like this and do this, which is exciting.
Exactly.
Is there anything you wish you had known before you started? Probably in the management part of it, I guess. Partner part.
Just that drive is so important. Like there's a lot of smart people out there and that sort of thing, but if you have drive and determination, you can pretty much do anything.
Right.
It's
so sort of more like you wish you had known that because you have drive, you would have done better at it sooner, maybe, or something.
I would have started, pushing harder and moving up sooner and that sort of thing.
And good for other people listening to know that you need to have that drive, and I think it snowballs just the more you do stuff, right?
For sure, yeah. And I joke a lot about I'm having some success. I'm not the smartest guy out there.
Yeah,
there's much smarter people than me, but just having the drive and the guts to take opportunities on,
taking action for sure is
exactly
huge. And that's, for everyone, they say if you're afraid of it, this is what I've always been told, or from I don't even know who, no one I know personally, well, a few people like Aaron Belmore maybe, but the Tony Robbins and people like that, Dean Graziosi, it's if you're afraid of it, if you fear it, you should do it, right?
Totally. Like live videos on social media.
No one's even watching, we're good. They'll watch it later after we're over it.
There you go.
What makes you passionate about what you do?
Happy people. Seeing happy customers, selling customers their third, fourth, fifth car,
and they're coming back.
And they're coming back is awesome. And happy employees. It is so cool. Work with such a great crew of people, and seeing them succeed drives me.
Yeah. How do you keep them happy? Because that must be a little bit of a challenge, like a culture.
I just treating them good. We're a team. I'm not a boss telling you you got to do your job. Yeah. Just we're a team. Let's do this. Oh, you need help with that? Here, I'll do it. that type of stuff.
Yeah, from the sales end to the staff end.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, interesting. I obviously don't really have any employees. My wife was working for me. She's went back to work now. But yeah, it's I don't know. I've never had direct employees under me, but I've been an employee, and I definitely know in the corporate world when they treat you like crap, it doesn't go anywhere, right?
And no, it doesn't. And I mean, having been an employee sit there and get yelled at, that's not a motivator. That doesn't make you want to do better.
Well, we used to I'm a journeyman heavy duty mechanic.
Okay.
And like in Fort Mac, it's like we would get so much done, and the supervisor would show up, and it's like he'd be cracking the whip, you'd think, right? But less got done, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because he didn't let us do it our way, right?
And everyone's stressing.
Worrying us. I don't know. It was a good experience, though. Is there anything that you have failed at during your career, and how do you do it differently now?
I would say, I don't really call it, sort of a failure, but just realizing that there was more out there to get sooner, if that makes sense, rather than I'm just not having that vision of where I wanted to go and going to get it sooner, if that makes sense.
So like
thinking things are out of reach,
or letting that fear of doing something hold you back, sort of, or
in
a way.
Rather than just going and doing it.
Yeah. Do you do anything like to set goals or anything now, like in writing or in
a little bit, head, not as much as I should in my head. For sure. They always talk about writing your goals down and visualizing them every morning.
Dream boards and all
exactly.
that. Stuff that you'd probably make fun of when you're off camera.
There you go. I don't do any of that stuff yet, but it's definitely like I have my ideas sort of thing of what I want the future to look like and make decisions based on that.
Yeah, so just a vision.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys as a company must have like a company vision or a company goal that...
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
So
monthly goals.
You must write that down at some point when you're started the business at the very least, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Where it wants to go.
Even every month we've got goals we put in place and figure out plans to get there. So
that's probably maybe where yours transpire, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Neat. What would you say is your biggest accomplishment in your career, if you've reached it yet?
So far, we just this year, the Nissan dealership won, it's called the Nissan Award of Excellence.
Yes.
So they rate dealers based on customer satisfaction, sales success, service success, a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
And they score dealerships, and then they take the top 10% of all the dealers in Canada to win the Nissan Award of Excellence. Mm-hmm. And then from there, they take the top 5% in each country and they give them the Global Award of Excellence.
Nice.
And we won both of those this year.
Nice.
So that's probably the biggest accomplishment.
So top 5% in Canada then?
Top 5% of the Canadian dealers win the Global Award. So they do it for each country.
Yeah. How many dealerships is there in Canada?
210, I believe.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So it was pretty neat. We actually just got back from a trip to Spain that they sent us on as part of the
as
award.
Thing for who went? You?
Myself and Carla, my spouse.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty.
That's
good.
All right.
Yeah.
Where to go? What's your favorite memory of your career? Do you have a favorite memory?
I think probably just moving up at each stage. Like I started out as a sales consultant and then got hired on as the lease manager, and then from there moved to Honda as the sales manager, and then sort of took over the GM role, and then moving into GM and partner here. Those steps.
Every one was like
okay, I did it.
Yeah.
What's next? Type thing.
I think that's important too, is knowing there's something next, right? When you don't want to keep learning or moving forward is sort of where it would end, I would think, right?
For sure. Well, it's funny because I keep having to remind myself that I'm the type of person who just wants to keep going.
Yeah.
There's other people that aren't like that are quite happy doing what they do every day.
Totally, yeah, that's true.
I have to remind myself that, okay, not everyone thinks like me, right? There are people that are just happy coming to work every day, which is awesome. If that's what you want, that's great.
Yeah.
I keep thinking what's next.
Right.
So
you're probably not the type of guy that goes home and sits on the couches and watch TV all day, right?
I wouldn't say that. I'm good at that.
You're good at that too.
Yeah.
That's where I'm bad at, is the stopping to relax sometime, which is important, right? To clear your head
for sure,
and
and to stop thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm bad
that
at that
sometimes.
So. I was going to say about memories or something. I just had a thought when you were talking about. Is there any other profession besides the one that you're currently in that you would like to attempt? We'll pretend Steve or Carl or Steve or anyone's not watching. No?
Well, it's funny because I've talked to Carl about this before, and one day, probably a retirement gig.
Yeah.
But I want to run a campground.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love camping, and we do a lot of it as a family, and I think that would be like the coolest job because everyone's happy to be there.
Yeah.
And it's relaxing, and I just think, I think that'd be awesome.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. Totally.
I don't think I'd want to run a campground, but that's an interesting concept. I grew up on Hornby Island.
Okay.
So there's campgrounds there, and I just picture like I go to the negative side of it because I'm like, what about the hooligans like us that are running through the campsite causing trouble?
Well, no, I'll be running it, so it'll be okay.
No,
I won't be the
well,
hooligan.
no, I was. I mean, when I was a kid, though, right? But you'll be the hooligan. Anyways,
yeah, exactly.
So. That would be interesting. It'll be pretty laid back, right? Different lifestyle.
I would think so.
For sure. Huh,
interesting. Yeah, it won't be a tomorrow thing. So.
No, there's good money in campgrounds. There's a guy on Hornby, and he owned the Tribune Bay one, and he owned a bunch in Tofino, and he's got his own landing strip on his property there.
Wow.
He's definitely well off. I don't know if he made it all in campgrounds or not, but he's a smart guy, and he wouldn't keep them if they were losing money.
Yeah. Sure. Exactly. Oh, I think it'd be interesting for sure.
Huh. I think there's a shortage of campgrounds, it seems like, too, isn't there?
There is. Every time we try and go camping, it's stressful.
Do you have a big trailer?
Trying to find a spot. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's can be part of the problem. If you got a trailer, then you got to find a spot for it. And
yeah.
Drive to Sayward.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we did that trip this year.
How much do you feel this business has changed in the last 10 years in regards to social media and stuff like that as well? And how do you stay ahead of it all?
It's crazy how much it's changed. Like it's almost to the point where it's a totally different industry, even from when I started.
And you've been doing it how long? I'll say how old you were.
Since 2002.
2002. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a long time.
17 years. Yeah. But yeah, it's the internet and social media and all that sort of stuff is information, which is great because if customers have information, technically it should make the job easier if the information's used properly.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's no different in the real estate industry where you have the information there, but you got to make sure they're comparables, and what we see as comparables is totally different than what customers see as comparables.
Totally.
Right? So the idea of it should make things easier. We're not quite there yet, but
do you guys have a social media page? Well, I checked into it, right?
Yeah,
I'll make sure I go like it as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
I was meaning to do that beforehand, but I checked in, so that would have been to your page.
Yeah,
I'll tag you so you can go share it.
Okay. Yeah, it's neat. It's 10 years ago. If you wanted to get information on a car, you had to come to the dealership or look in the newspaper.
Right, so kind of like real estate when it used to be the book, right?
Yeah, exactly.
10 years ago it probably did.
Yeah, and nowadays it's customers come in and they know everything about that car that's on your lot.
Yeah.
And all the history on it and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of times it makes things much easier and simpler.
Right, but more competitive too because they can price stuff too.
Absolutely,
probably, right?
But competition's not bad.
Yeah,
it keeps everyone, it keeps everyone honest, which is great, but it also makes the ones who are more ahead of the game, which I'm not Ben Coyle yet.
Yeah.
But
we'll work on that.
Yeah. The ones that are more ahead of the game, and I think we do a pretty good job, gives us an advantage.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're right. I mean, the one thing I hear people talk about is we're so overloaded with information. Like everyone's trying for your attention.
Yeah.
So you're competing with all those people, and I mean, you hear people all the time. You probably yourself, scrolling through Facebook, you see ads, you get annoyed. I get annoyed, but a lot of my business is generated through Facebook, so I
totally.
But yeah, you have to give enough value to get those people's attention and have them trust you and want to work with you and talk to you, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's the hard part for me, for sure. Well, I think I stay ahead of it as well, but It's definitely changing fast, right?
It is, and when you think you got it figured out, something new is out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, totally.
yeah.
Being consistent, I think, is key.
Absolutely.
What are your long-term goals besides the campground?
Yeah, just keep moving forward and watching people around me succeed.
Yeah.
It's I get fired up with that when, you know, salesperson has their best month or whatever.
Right,
It's
drives
like,
you.
oh yeah, for sure, it's exciting, and I don't, if everyone else around you is doing great, you have no choice but to do great. So it's
For sure.
Yeah, it's neat that way.
I think there's something to be said. I mean, again, like from what people, mentors and stuff, surround yourself with the people that you want to be like, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with people maybe that are worse off and helping them and stuff as well. But to grow yourself to a certain level, you want to surround yourself with people that are succeeding, right?
For sure, yeah, and have that ambition and drive.
Yeah, and copy them.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for someone who might be interested in starting a business with a partner or on their own? Just business in general, I think, or a partnership like yours?
I would say to partner with somebody who's, I'll say, an expert. I've been lucky enough to have awesome partners who know what they're doing and I could learn a lot from and have learned a lot from, which has allowed them to sort of let me do my own thing.
Right.
And just, soak up as much information as you can from partners. Everyone who is an entrepreneur probably wants to be on their own,
do their own thing,
yeah. But there's so much value in partnerships that you don't even realize till you're in one. There's different assets, and we're part of a group of dealerships, so there's always other people to lean on, and
that's huge.
When you think you've got an idea, you can bounce it off other people, and it's hard to put a dollar value on that.
Well, sort of the same as surrounding yourself with people that you want to be like, right? Like, I don't know. Obviously, like Steve, obviously, is a huge influence on you guys, right?
Totally, yeah.
He must, have a lot of questions that he's answered for you guys and stuff over the years.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Could imagine.
Yeah.
And real estate is interesting. It's the same. It's the same sort of thing, right? Everyone in your office is sort of your competition, right? So you can't always lean on them. But since I started, I've been in coaching, and it's nice to pick up the phone or send an email for a question and be like, "How do I deal with this?
Yeah.
What do I do?" Especially when you're brand new, right? It's like it was. There was a lot of questions that I would have never figured out, right?
Oh yeah, it's a must to be able to have somebody that you can bounce stuff off of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That knows what they're doing.
That's
Is there anything I should have asked you but I didn't about the business or anything?
No, I don't think so. It's an interesting industry because it's, believe it or not, car salespeople don't have the best reputation, and I think we're changing that.
Oh, yeah?
I like to think we're changing that.
Yeah.
Just by treating customers properly and taking care of them.
Well, word of mouth and reputation. Google reviews and stuff like that Ben gets, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And the biggest thing is just when a customer comes back, they've already bought a car from us, and 5 years later they come back to buy another one.
Yeah.
They're coming back because they had a good experience, and that's a pretty big compliment. That and referrals.
And the product must help that, right?
Oh, absolutely, it does. Yeah, for sure.
Neat. So what about on the Nissan end of it? What can you tell me about Nissan? Like I don't know. What do they have to offer?
It's pretty neat because they've pretty much got something for everybody.
All different varieties.
Yeah, we got small cars. We got the new Kicks, which is a new little crossover SUV.
Oh yeah.
Starts at like $20,000. So super affordable and fun to drive and sporty and really neat. We've got like the 370, which is a sports car.
Yeah.
We got the Titan, which is awesome. Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder. Like we got some.
So there's a good variety for sure.
Yeah, it's this being in this town, it's neat because there's so many trucks, and the Titan's been awesome. I drive one all the time, love it.
Yeah, do you find that people are getting away from trucks a little more with gas prices and everything?
Not really.
Vehicles are so much better on fuel nowadays as well, right?
They are for sure. I don't know, in this area, everyone seems like still needs a truck. If you have a house, you need a truck, or
yeah, that's true, isn't it?
You know, with all the camping and hunting and fishing and that around here.
Yeah, I want to get a car because I feel like I drive so much and I burn a lot of fuel, but I'm like, there's no way I can get rid of my truck. I got to pull my boat. I got to
totally, exactly.
I'm like, I can live without it, right?
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Awesome. So a couple little things, just more about yourself. Okay. If you're just funny questions, sort of. If you're stranded on a tropical island and all your basic needs were covered, such as food, water, and clothing, what 3 things would you like to have with you?
Well, I would...
Sorry, I forgot to press about your real estate stuff, but that's okay.
I would say, if I'm allowed, my family. I don't know if people were allowed.
You might not be allowed home if you didn't say it.
Yeah, exactly. And probably a box set of The Office. Have to have The Office.
What do you mean?
The show.
Oh, the show, The Office. I'm like, this Office?
No.
Box set of The Office, family.
Yeah. I struggled with this one.
You were trying to think.
I don't know what else. If I got food, water, clothing, family, The Office. What else do I need? Yeah, good. I don't know.
Perfect. Only 2 things.
Yeah. If it was an island, maybe an ATV or something for fun.
For sure. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Probably Grant Cardone. He's like you mentioned, some trainers and that sort of thing. We're big followers of Grant Cardone here, and what he says makes so much sense, and he's one of the ones who's helped me realize the drive on how easy it is. So probably him, just great energy, positive.
Yeah, and he's interesting.
He gets it.
Have you read his books? Any of his books?
No, I watch a lot of the videos.
On YouTube, or do you follow Facebook?
We do Facebook, YouTube, as well as we subscribe to his training.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. Because I heard someone else in town does that dealership, which I thought was interesting. I have training through Richard Robbins that I do, but Grant Cardone stuff would be interesting to do. But I find I like so much training available to me that I can't even have time to do it all. I'm like, I'd love to, but how do you do it all?
Well, for sure, and there's a lot of people who just try and get through as many courses per day they can. I can't get through more than 2 or 3, and then you gotta let it soak in and think about it.
But it does soak in, which is
for sure, yeah. And then he'll say stuff, and you'll be like, why didn't I think of that? That's so obvious, but
yeah, for sure. I've been watching his what's that other guy's name? The young Hustlers guy that has the Facebook Live. He's not bad. He's smart too. He's like Grant's sidekick guy, the blonde.
Russell?
I'm not sure, maybe. Might be. I don't know his name. Excuse me, but he's got some good stuff to say too, because I mean he's taking it all from Grant, right?
Yeah,
and he's interesting because he was talking. I don't watch him a lot, but then there's Grant's Monday show, but he was talking about like having a mentor or a coach. They don't necessarily have to be in front of you or on the phone with you. Someone like watching one of them and taking what they're doing and copying it or using it
for sure
without actually having them have to spend time with you is huge, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. If you're a new addition to the crayon box, what color would you be and why?
I'd say probably some sort of blue so I could blend in. I know that sounds like trying to be out there more and more on social media and all that sort of stuff. I'm good. I'll blend in the back. Yeah.
Blend in on social media.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably the opposite of the point of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And finally, do you have anyone that you'd recommend I interview next?
He's not here today. Yeah, absolutely. But one person, as I was going through these questions that I kept thinking of, is Sean LaFleur. He's our sales manager here. And he is, I think he's 26, something like that. And he is what I'd call a hustler.
Really?
He's always into a project, always got something going on. And he's actually, it's pretty neat. I admire a lot of the stuff that he does.
Yeah. What do you mean by project? Like,
he's got some rental stuff, and he's the type of guy who he'll be hands on. He'll if this place needs new flooring, he'll go put the new flooring in.
So for his rental properties.
Yeah. And obviously the work he's done here at the Nissan store is absolutely incredible. And he's got a wealth of knowledge and pretty smart guy. He's going to do some impressive stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 26.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll grab his card on the way out and
Sounds good.
hit him up for sure. You can pre-sell him for me.
There you
should
go.
Do it. Awesome. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks you, sir. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming.
My wife's watching.
There you go.